Traveling to the crash site sends you into rural Ethiopia. Down rutted roads, shared with livestock, this is a world apart from the bustling Addis Ababa airport, where Flight 302 began its journey. Then this, Ethiopian Airlines confirming today that the crew reported flight control problems after takeoff. So now, inconsolable grief. This mother, desperate to recover her daughter's body and lay her to rest. She was part of the crew. But that's the hardest part. The airline company says it will take 5 days to clear the site and return what remains can be found to families prolonging their sorrow. These are some of the last surveys by forensic research teams, fanning out across this disturbed ground, painstakingly searching for any last remaining body parts or passengers' possessions, so critical for surviving families. It's mostly an Ethiopian group, but with international members, as this part of the investigation moves into the identification phase. Moshe Biton, an Israeli, came to look for his eldest brother, who was 61.
For us, as Jewish, as Israelis, we have a very important point. In this case, we need to find some identified until the DNA, that we can bury some reminders, that we can make the ceremony.
Israel sent its own team to help with recovery and identification. Multiple countries are now on site, with teams from the FAA, the NTSB, and Boeing brushing aside reporters' questions. They'll examine mounds of mangled airline parts which backhoes have dug out of a crater. These, along with the black boxes to be analyzed outside of Ethiopia, will form part of a reconstruction. Today, a small group of Chinese men stood and bowed for their colleague, Wu Ping's friend.
He stopped here and stay here forever.
So difficult.
Yeah, very difficult. They are not only working in the same company, we are very close friends.
Wu Ping left nourishment for his friend in heaven, he told us, including his favorite, ingiri, Ethiopian bread. Few families have come here so far, but many hundreds of villagers have made it a kind of pilgrimage, reflecting on strangers from faraway lands who ended up here in sacred ground. Susan Ormiston, CBC News, near Ajiri, Ethiopia.